Well, thank you everyone for attending the 2022 City of Westland inaugural ceremony. This is something that we do for the elected officials who either became elected for the first time or re-elected. I'm Richard LeBlanc, your city clerk. It's a great privilege for me to serve as your master of ceremonies today. And I just have a few comments to make before we really get underway. You know, one of the things that's not so unique about us, but it's very special to us, is that we gather every 2 years at City Hall to celebrate this event, the bringing in of additional people. Even when leadership changes, whether it be big or small, our elected officials come together to make sure that Westland stays relevant and that we're at the front of the pack. One of the things I did in preparation for today was I asked the 13 elected officials that serve in the city of Westland just how long they've been here. So again, these are people that you and I have elected to serve as mayor, city council, city clerk, state representative, county commission, judges. Again, there's 13 people. Combined, these 13 people have 416 years worth of residency. I think that's pretty awesome. I mean, 416 years, yeah. So, you know, we consider Westland home. And whether you're like some of us that have been here your whole life or you recently moved into town, I think that the longevity of your elected officials proves that Westland's a pretty darn good place. Whether you're going to work, whether you're going to shop, whether you're going to live, whether you're going to congregate, it's pretty good to be here. I know that in addition to the electeds, there's a lot of other people here that have also contributed to all of our successes, and I'd like at this time for us to give ourselves a hand. Because it takes a lot of people to make it happen. So 5 of the people here tonight are taking an oath. You know, an oath, it's a pretty big deal. Not all jobs or positions have an oath. And these 5 people are swearing to do their very best on our behalf for their term of office. I believe that each of those taking the oath is well up to the task. I also think that you're going to see some collaboration like you probably haven't seen in a while with the new crew of people assembled as they are today. So enough with that. Let's begin the program and put these folks to work. So with that, I would ask for those who are able to stand, please do so as we introduce the Westland Police Honor Guard to post the colors.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. I'd like to offer thanks to the Westland Honor Guard for their role in all of our community activities. They do an exceptional job on our behalf. And Councilman McDermott, thank you for leading us in the pledge. This next person is really no stranger to the city of Westland. I'm going to call him our resident saxophonist, Stephen Thomas, and he's going to perform America the Beautiful. Stephen. Wow, beautiful that was. Thank you, Stephen. You know, you're always there when we ask you to perform for us for free. We didn't even pay for that, so thank you. I'd like to introduce Councilwoman Andrea Rakowski, who has welcoming comments.
Thank you, Clerk. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, elected officials, family, friends, and neighbors, to the 2022 Westland City Inauguration. This evening, we will welcome back and welcome anew our mayor and 4 individuals to our council that have been brave enough to step into the arena. I chose the word brave because it's not enough to just be passionate about your city or your politics to run. When you're a candidate, you are put on display in a way that you've never been before, and you will meet people in numbers that you've never had before. And if you're fortunate, you will be elected, and then you're making a decision for all of the people in your city. During tonight's ceremony, while the individual that's been elected takes the oath of office, it is their support system that gets to see the fruits of their labor, the time spent away from their family, their time campaigning when there might have been something they would rather be doing. In the years to come, our city council and city administration, will be undergoing the task of allocating American Rescue Plan dollars, which is a once-in-a-generational opportunity with an influx of funds that'll be bringing opportunities to our city like never before. And as the clerk just mentioned, we have a collective 416 years of residency. And that means you, even if you're the longest serving council member, or the longest serving mayor, or you're just getting started, you get to be a part of something larger than yourself, if even just for a moment of time. So congratulations, Mayor and council members, and please join me in welcoming them to our city.
Thank you, Councilwoman. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Council Member Pro Tem Michael Landau for the introduction of dignitaries and guests. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Anybody knows me knows I like to talk, so they didn't give me the speaking part. But welcome, everybody. And for the purpose of time, if we can hold our applause to the end, I'd greatly appreciate it. I'm going to announce the dignitaries that are here today. Our Honorable Mayor, Westland Mayor William R. Weil is here. State Representative Kevin Coleman. City Clerk Richard LeBlanc. Wayne County Commissioner Al Haddis. Council President James Hart. Myself, Council President Pro Tem Michael Landau, Councilman James Godbout, Councilman Peter Herzberg, Councilman Mike McDermott, Councilwoman Andrea Rakowski, our newest council member, Councilwoman Melissa Sampey, Honorable Chief Judge Sandra Ferrant Cicerelli, Honorable Judge Mark McConnell, Deputy Mayor and Chief of Staff Michael Reddy, who is also our former fire chief, Deputy City Clerk Shannon Inman, all of the City of Westland administration that's here. If you could stand and be recognized, or wave. Perfect. Any board and commission members that are in the room as well, if you could stand and be recognized or wave your hands. Appreciate all of you. Wayne Westland School Board Trustee Melanie Hines. I believe that is it. I'm going to scan the room one last time. If I missed you, I apologize, but that's everybody. Thank you very much.
Nice job there, Pro Tem. I think you got them all. For the invocation today, we're going to invite to the stage Reverend John Duckworth of the Gethsemane Missionary Baptist Church right here in Westland.
Shall we pray? Lord, I pray that you will impart Mayor Weil and this administration with compassion and passion to lead over the city of Westland with equality, fairness, and justice for all the citizens of Westland. Lord, please allow him to lead with a leadership that is willing to extend and guide those who supported him and those who did not, those from all ethnicities that make up Westland, political perspectives and social views. Grant to him, O Lord, and his administration the ability to bring unity when disagreement is present and the wisdom to disagree without becoming disagreeable. Lord, as we enter this year of 2022, please bless Mayor Weil and his administration with a heart for this city, its citizens, the city employees, and those who visit the city of Westland. We pray these and all other blessings. Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Duckworth. All right, meat and potatoes time. I'd like to begin by asking the longest-serving mayor in the history of our city, William R. Wild, to please come to the stage. He's going to be sworn in today by the 18th District Court Chief Judge, Mark McConnell.
Raise your hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear
I, William Wild, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
Constitution of the State of Michigan,
the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
Charter and ordinances of the City of Westland,
Charter and ordinances of the City of Westland,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Judge. Well, thank you, everyone, and Clerk LeBlanc, thank you for being the master of ceremonies and your staff for putting on today's event. Thank you to my good friend Judge McConnell for doing the honors here for me tonight. I appreciate that. And I appreciate the citizens of Westland for putting their faith in me. As I was sitting there when the clerk was talking about those 400 years, I was trying to figure out how many of those were mine. So,
Fair portion.
but the residents of Westland have put their faith in me as an elected official for the last 21 years, and it's something that, you know, here tonight as I get sworn in on a new term, I still have the passion for the job. I still have the compassion for our residents and our business owners, and as Dr. Duckworth had mentioned, we have a great team here. My department heads are here tonight. We've assembled a great team. I'm looking forward to working with the city council, and like the clerk had mentioned, I think we really have a chance over the next 2 years, the next couple of years, to do some really, really cool things. I think we've got a collaborative group of elected officials here. I'm excited, and once again, thank you to the residents of the city of Westland for putting your faith in me, your trust in me. It's something I take very serious. I take this job serious, and you know, looking back when I graduated from John Glenn, I probably never thought I'd be the mayor of my hometown, but it's been a heck of a ride, and it's something that I take a lot of pride in. And being the mayor of my hometown has been my professional, it's been the best thing in my professional life, so thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to call up at this time members of the City Council that will be sworn in today, beginning with James R. Godbout. Councilman Godbout will be sworn in by 18th District Court Judge Sandra Ferentz Cicerelli.
All right, if you raise your right hand. I
I, James Godbout,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of
the
Michigan,
Constitution of the State of Michigan,
the Charter and ordinances of the City of Westland,
the Charter and ordinances of the City of Westland,
the rules and policies of the Westland City Council,
the rules and policies of the Westland City Council,
and that I will faithfully perform
and I will faithfully perform
the duties of councilman
the duties of councilman
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thanks. I'd like to thank my wife, who's been supportive all during my political career, as well as Judge Ciccarelli. I've had the honor and pleasure of working with Judge Ciccarelli when she was a councilwoman, when she was the mayor, and now as our 18th District Court Judge. So it's truly an honor to have you swear me in this evening. And to the residents of the city of Westland, thank you for your continued support. 21 years so far has been a pretty good run, and will continue to serve you and serve the best interests of all the residents of the city of Westland. So thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. At this time, we'll welcome up to the stage Councilman Jim Hart, joined by his wife Linda, who will be swearing him in, as well as other family members.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, James Hart,
I, James Hart,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United
the
States,
Constitution of the State of Michigan,
the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
the Charter and ordinances of the City of Westland,
the Charter and ordinances of the City of Westland,
the policies and procedures of the Westland City Council,
the policies and procedures of the Westland City Council,
and that I will faithfully perform the duties of councilman
that I will faithfully perform the duties of councilman
to the best of my ability, so help me God.
to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Good evening and thank you. Thank you, Mr. Clerk, for emceeing this event. And again, thank you to my family who's stood behind me positively, supportingly these past years, sometimes cheering me on, sometimes shaking their head. But nonetheless, their support has been fantastic. It's allowed me to do these things that I want to do, not only for my self-fulfillment, but of course for our community that we live, work, and play, and raise our children and go to our schools. So it's important to all of us, and it gives me an opportunity to also set an example for my children who follow behind us. We should all be active in community some way or another. Sometimes that's on city council, sometimes that's on boards and commissions, and sometimes it's in your local civic groups. And I've always encouraged everybody to be active in any way they can, and I've always encouraged my children to be active. And if you guys hang around any city events, you'll always see some of my kids running around because they are just as bought into this and just as dedicated as I am, and I'm so thankful for them. Lastly, I'd like to thank all of the residents that have stood behind me once more and cast their ballot overwhelmingly, and I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful for the support you've given me, and we're going to put, again, your trust and confidence and goodwill to really good work because we got a lot of good things coming along, and we've got a good Cracker Jack team on the city council and an outstanding mayor leading us along the way. So thank you a lot.
Thank you, Councilman. At this time, I'd ask that Councilman Peter Herzberg please come to the stage. He'll be sworn in today by State Representative Kevin Coleman.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Peter Herzberg, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
That I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
the Charter and ordinances of the City of Westland,
the Charter and ordinances of the City of Westland,
and the policies and procedures of the Westland City Council,
and the policies and procedures of the Westland City Council,
and that I will faithfully perform the duties of councilman
and that I will faithfully perform the duties of councilman
to the best of my ability, so help me God.
to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you, State Representative Kevin Coleman, for coming to swear me in. I originally wanted to ask former Mayor Gene McKinney to swear me in tonight. Due to the pandemic and other reasons, he wasn't able to make it. I'd like to thank everybody for being here and for electing me to a third term on the City Council. I want to thank everyone who supported me from the beginning, including my family, who's in the audience, my longtime girlfriend Ashley, State Rep Coleman again, Antoinette Martin, who I kind of teamed up with to knock doors this time around, and just so many others. Over the last 6 years since being on council, I've been able to learn so many things, and really being in public service has been the most rewarding thing I've ever done, and I enjoy it. I'm honored to do it, and I'm looking forward to the next 4 years. Over the last 6 years, I've seen a lot of ups and downs. I've seen almost a complete change with the makeup of the council. We've come a long way, and there's still a lot to do. And you know, every single one of you here in the audience supported the candidate of your choice, and everybody had a stake in this election. And I don't need to tell everybody here that running for office is extremely stressful. It's extremely stressful for the families, the spouses, the campaign volunteers, and while not everyone here voted for the same people, it's our job now to all work together and find common ground. And you know, we all need to share new ideas, and I think this year we're going to have a lot of healthy debate. There's going to be a lot more working together than there's been in the past. And I'd really also like to thank all of the candidates who decided to put their hat in the ring this year as well. So this is going to be a good year on council, and let's go Westland. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. So, for the first time being sworn in, I'd like to ask Melissa Sampey to please come to the stage. She'll be sworn in by Council President Pro Tem Michael Londo.
Got everybody?
I think so.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I
I, Melissa Sampey,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
the Charter and ordinances of the City of Westland.
the Charter and the ordinances of the State of Michigan. Westland?
City of Westland.
City of
Let's do that one
Westland.
more time. The
Okay.
Charter and ordinances of the City of Westland,
The Charter and the ordinances of the City of Westland,
the policies and procedures of the Westland City Council,
the policies and procedures of the Westland City Council,
and that I will faithfully perform
and I will faithfully perform
the duties of councilwoman
the duties of councilwoman
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, thank you, everyone, for being so quick because it left time for me. Thank you again. It's a beautiful evening. It's so great to see smiling faces up here. I'm standing here as a brand-new councilwoman, and many people said she can't and she won't do it. But it only takes one person to believe in you, and I was very lucky that I had so many people in my corner who believed in me and supported me. So I'm just gonna, if you wouldn't give me a few seconds, I'm gonna recognize a few of those people. To my husband, Brian, who's over there. I know you never signed up on this journey, and sometimes I think that you're sick of me talking city business, but I know I could never do it without you, especially everything that you did at our home and the political chaos that we went through the past 9 months. To my son Gavin, who was up here, and my stepdaughter Sierra, nearly every day during the primary, my son was hitting the streets with me, sometimes against his will, but he was out there hitting the pavement with his amazing friends who also are here tonight. You guys are truly my inspirations, and I really hope that I've set an example for you that nothing is impossible. And with hard work, dedication, and perseverance, and never giving up, your dreams can come true. To my parents, I don't even really know what to say. My entire life, my mom said, I groomed you for greatness, Melissa, and she taught me that opportunity always exists. You just need hard work to get there. and actually, moving forward in the right direction. Just believe in yourself and go get it. That's all that she said. My mom and dad are my biggest cheerleaders, and you probably see them at most events because they follow me everywhere. And they love Westland, and they actually have lived here their entire life. So my friends and family who are here tonight, my friend Donna, who helped out with the campaign, my friend Karina, my friend Tracy, my aunt, my cousin, and all the team Sampeys that really volunteered in the campaign. You guys listened to me, you listened to me vent, cry, and you also donate to my campaign. And thank you so much for walking alongside the journey with me. It means to me so much, more than you'll ever know. And you guys were the first ones to step up and who were in my corner in exactly what I needed to move me forward. To the Westland Police and Fire and the DPS departments and all the other unions that supported me, I appreciate you so much. You guys took a chance on me, and I'm very humbled by your support, and I'm so happy that we can work together in the future. And lastly, one of my biggest thank yous goes out to my political mentor and friend and coach, Councilman Lando. We had such a crazy journey. I think him and I are gonna battle on who can talk more. We're just as competitive. I don't know who it's gonna be. We both love our community with our entire heart, and he recognized something in me that I didn't even really believe myself. And I think that takes a true leader. Thank you for all that you do for Westland and my family. He's been named Headmaster Mike by Team Sampey. He was definitely a boss. Thank you to Mayor William Wild, Deputy Mayor Reddy, and the amazing city administration. I know that you guys spent the last several weeks meeting with me, and I really appreciate it. Clerk LeBlanc and his team for putting this together. It's absolutely amazing. And each and every one of you who works so hard for our city. I look forward to working very closely with you and moving forward in the future. To be honest with you all, if you would have asked me this time last year if I'd be standing here on a podium with the Westland logo as the newest city councilwoman giving a speech, I would say, oh my goodness, you're so crazy. There's no way that this is going to happen. However, after meeting with several council members, praying about it, thinking about it, and discussing it with family and friends, I pulled a packet and I never looked back. I spent every waking moment knocking doors and talking with residents and crying with residents and getting to know our residents and just hearing what they want in our city. And I think that's very, very important as us as council people. And I must admit, life completely changed once I began this campaign journey. And so many people thought an unknown in Westland, and she came out of nowhere. So I figured that I would share the top 5 things you need to know about Melissa Sampey. The first thing, if you can't guess, is I like to talk. I had the best time knocking doors and talking with residents, and I had to limit my time at doors because I was getting caught up a little bit. But the funny story is I was being very respectful, and I was walking up to houses, and I would notice a no soliciting sign. So what I would do is I'd turn back around and, obviously be respectful out of their requests. And I'd have people yelling, hey, Melissa, running out of their houses. I voted for you. And Councilman Lando was like, what in the heck is going on here? Why are people chasing after you? So thank you to those residents who lift up my confidence during that. I'm going to move on to number 2. So I like to travel and meet new people. I spent 3 weeks in Australia and Europe, as well as other states and countries. I actually just came back from Florida last night, so I absolutely love to travel, but I think traveling influenced my views and thoughts on people. However, nothing has ever felt like home than being here in Westland. And that's why I'm so proud to serve the dedicated people who care so deeply about the city, and it was such a huge impact when I got to meet them because I really saw the passion and the residents who live here and how deep it runs. It gives me hope, and over the last few years, you can see how much progress has been made towards all the exciting opportunities to come. So I'm very excited to make, Westland and continue Westland's traditions. All right, moving on to number 3. I swear I'm moving through this quickly. I'm very approachable and caring, so the reason why I got into public service is because I love to give back. And my family will even tell you, anyone that has an issue, Melissa's here to solve it. We love adopting families during Christmas, helping out the less fortunate, and veterans all year round. And I want our residents to feel very comfortable coming to me if you need something. And I hope that I can hear all ideas as well. So according to my husband, the only time I'm not approachable is when my son is on the mound pitching at his travel baseball game, and he knows never to talk to Melissa. He said, you need to avoid her. Number 4, which is almost my favorite one, teamwork and leadership, which is 2 qualities that I speak about often. For over 15 years, I found myself in leadership roles that required intense pressure. However, what remains true is the role of a leader is not always to come up with the best ideas. The true power lies in creating environment with small flashes, sparks or flames that can happen and turn into something large scale. And I truly believe you now have a council who wants to work together. And I think Councilman Herzberg mentioned it. I think there's going to be a lot of healthy debates, but I definitely see that we have a council that's going to make big things happen. And each and every one of us has a different skill set and areas of expertise. And my hope is each of us can put the best foot forward for our future. Number 5, follow your gut. So my mom always told me, question everything except your own intuition. And I have found myself using this as my moral compass throughout the years, and it has not led me wrong as of yet. So often we raise to override our gut feelings with logic, but sometimes intuition knows what's right before the conscious mind even does. So I tend to be a right brain thinker, so if you guys hear me coming up with some crazy ideas, I promise I'll rein them in and use my logic. So now that you heard a little bit more about me, just know that I plan to hit the ground running, and I'm so humbled and so thankful you elected me to serve. And I truly believe there's no greater calling than public service. And being that to our residents and being a voice is so important to me. So if you go to the City of Westland, you now can find me on there. Thank you very much for getting that up so quickly. And you can get my contact information off there. I'm wishing you all a happy, healthy, and fabulous 2022. God bless you all, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilwoman. I'm going to depart from this for just a second. I'd like to ask that front row, our local elected officials, to please stand up, face the audience. This is the crew for the next couple of years. Let's please give them a hand. Thank you. Mayor, you can stay standing because you're next to offer some closing comments. Mayor Wild.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Thank you to all the electeds that were sworn in here tonight. And I use my closing comments, and the clerk kind of beat me to it and had everybody stand up. I was going to use my closing comments to introduce the Westland City Council. So I know that some of them were sworn in tonight, but some of them are continuing on their current terms. So I'll ask each of them to stand, and we'll start off with James Hart, Mike Landau, James Godbout, Peter Herzberg, Andrea Rakowski, Mike McDermott, Melissa Sampey. So this is your city council, along with myself, the clerk, the judges, our state representative, our county commissioner, and all of our other elected officials here. We're here to serve you. Thank you.
Sorry about that, Mayor. In 2 years, we'll compare notes. So we're nearing the end of the ceremony. So once again, I would ask those who can, please rise as we ask the Westland Police Honor Guard to retire the colors.
stand. Order. Detail. Good job. Colors play. One. Honor guard. Forward. As you were. Read. Cover. Forward. March.
Well, everyone, thank you so much for being here. This ceremony has now concluded.